Hello everyone, Tutu Mora here with the Y, bringing you tools to feel well in your body, mind, and spirit. So many of us around 2 to 3 p.m., our posture just sort of gets into this slump. And so today we're gonna take about 10 minutes just to hit refresh, realign, bring that posture back into better alignment. So all you will need today is a spare pair of yoga pants, and you can set those aside. We'll be using those in just a little bit. So to start, we're gonna stand back, and I'll head back just so you can see my body a little bit, but you're gonna stand about feet hip distance apart. And we're gonna begin with a roll down. So what does that mean? That means that you're just gonna gently tuck the chin, and as you're able, articulate down the spine. I'll stand to the side so you can see. As much as feels comfortable. So if you notice that things start to feel a little tense or tight, you can pause and just articulate back up. So as you're able, just rolling down. You don't need to come all the way down, but if you can just touch your toes. Hang there for a moment, however feels comfortable, and then you're gonna just stack yourself all the way back up. So that is what a roll down is. So let's do that a couple times here together. Finding your feet hip distance apart, gently tucking that chin, and as much as you're able, just find the roll down that feels comfortable for you. It might feel different for today than it does tomorrow, just seeing what feels good for your body in this moment. Tucking that chin, and just articulating down, keeping it gentle and easy. We're just giving ourselves a little warm up here. And then slowly stacking all the way up. So now, keeping those shoulders down and away from the ears here, we're gonna bring those arms out to the sides, flex at the wrist here, which probably already feels like a little bit of a stretch, especially if you're keeping those shoulders down. We're gonna curl those fingers in, roll out the wrists a little bit, open them back up. And again. Let's do that one more time. Really letting yourself reach through those heels of the hands to get the most out of this stretch. This is a great one for counteracting a lot of mouse holding at the computer, holding of your phone. And so now, continuing to reach through the heels of those hands, we're gonna take this into a side bend. So as if you're pushing the ceiling and the floor away from you. Getting a nice little stretch, side bend to that spine, and then we'll switch. One more time to each side. Okay, so here's where you're gonna wanna grab your pair of yoga pants. Okay, so you can hold them like this and just sort of roll that waistband up so that it mimics a TheraBand here. Okay, so again, I want you to notice where your shoulders are. We don't want them up here, letting them just relax down and away from the ears. And I also want you just to bring your posture into your awareness. So making sure, and I'll stand to the side so you can see, making sure that your heart has just a little bit of a lift to it. So we don't want to reach out, almost as if we're reaching up, as if it's on a little string up towards the ceiling. So finding that little lift up of the heart space, and then making sure that your throat is just slightly behind your heart. So just taking a second to find how that feels for you. And maybe you notice that you've been kind of slumped over all day, so that's quite an adjustment. So finding that posture, and then we're gonna strengthen that posture with our yoga pants / TheraBand. So again, feet hip distance apart, and make sure that they are as parallel as possible. So again, this is just an invitation, finding what's doable for you. You can also do this while sitting in a chair. Okay, so finding that posture, little lift to the heart, throat behind the heart, shoulders down and away from the ears. And now, little bend in the elbow here. We're just gonna pull that yoga pants apart and bring it back together. So finding the resistance that works best for you. And of course, all the while keeping that posture and remembering to breathe. So we don't want to be rigidly holding this posture together. We want to make it a dynamic experience, a dynamic embodiment of this posture. So again, just pulling that band apart, bringing it back together. And so as you pull it apart, you might be tempted to start reaching out with that rib cage and heart space. So see if you can avoid doing that. That just means that it's a little bit tight, which is why we're doing this to begin with. So opening that up, bringing it back together. So now we're gonna take this up a notch, opening that band, bringing that above the head, only going as fast as you can keep that posture in alignment. Above the head, keeping that throat behind the heart to bring that band behind your head. Remembering to breathe, shoulders down and away from the ears. Band back in front, closing it up. So you might find this is a little bit harder than you may have expected. So if you lost your posture, let's find that again. Little lift to the heart, throat behind the heart, shoulders down and away from the ears. And let's take that again, opening up the band, bringing it up. You might be tempted to let that head come forward to accommodate the band, but see if you can keep your alignment, keep your posture, keep that throat behind the heart. Bringing it back, closing it up, and let's take that just a couple more times. If you need to change the resistance in your yoga pants, feel free to do so. Finding that posture again, opening your band. And again, only going as slowly as you can keep that alignment, keep that posture. We're counteracting all the slumping over in the chair, all the text neck, all the hunched over that's so easy to get when we are sitting on the couch or sitting in a chair that we're unfamiliar with. And we'll take this one more time. So you might be feeling some new muscles turning on, which is great. Those muscles are gonna help you continue using this posture. Those muscles are gonna help you strengthen this posture. Again, only taking it as slow as you can keep that alignment. Closing that band here. You can set your yoga pants aside. Give yourself a little shake here. Let's bring those shoulders up towards the ears, holding them here, and then just letting them go. Let's do that again, and we'll add in breath. So inhaling, bringing those shoulders up towards the ears, and exhale, letting them fall. One more time, inhaling, bringing those shoulders up towards the ears, exhale, letting them fall. Wiggle out. We're gonna finish with another roll down. So find your posture, find your feet hip distance apart, and again, just tucking the chin, articulating down, noticing if it feels a little different. And if you can, if you're able, just hanging out at the bottom, wiggling your hips out, getting a little bit more of a stretch, maybe a little bit more of a stretch than you were able to get before stacking yourself all the way back up. So take a moment here, notice how you're standing, And notice how your posture feels a little bit different from where you started. And so bringing a little bit more awareness to your posture as your day continues. And if you feel like you start that slump again, maybe take 10 minutes to press reset, bring that back into alignment. So as always, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time on the Wise YouTube channel with more tips to help you feel well in your body, mind, and spirit. Take care.